did not know it was about to be that loud when I turned that on. I did not mean to cut you off like that, Mike.
Yeah,
That
that's all good. That was perfect.
that scooter really fucked you up, didn't it?
Um, yeah, but it could have been a lot worse. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of grateful that it was just that because I was also getting very, very comfortable with the scooter and shit. So just my elbow is a blessing. And apparently, the last 2 weeks, a lot of people have injured themselves with scooters in San Francisco. Something crazy.
Oh, dog, those stories are notorious here in Nashville. Like people be ending their lives, or at least
Yeah,
the
yeah.
better part of it.
Mike, this is news to me. What happened? Hey, Pooja, how's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I just fell off a scooter, Tony, and then I was trying to change my song, and then I fell. But somehow I thought I was in a soccer field, and then I just put all my weight on landing on my elbow,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh,
it cracked like three places.
oh shit. Are you okay?
Jeez.
Yeah.
That happened yesterday?
No, it happened like Sunday. I got surgery yesterday.
Oh
Damn,
shit. I'm so
damn.
sorry.
That's crazy. So what happened? Like you hit the ground, you're on the floor, and ambulance came right away, or
I mean, yeah, because I have an Apple Watch, so I hit the floor. I tried to walk it off, and I was like, "Damn, son, this is actually not gonna be able to walk this off." So
did
I
the
just
Apple
sat
Watch
there.
take Apple Watch take your vitals? You're like, no, you
Oh
don't.
yeah, my Apple Watch was like, "Should I call the ambulance?" So like, it called it, and I was a bit prideful. I was like, "No, it's fine. I'll be good." And then I sat there, and I was like, "Shit, I can't move my arm."
You're like, nah,
I,
call
Aw.
it.
yeah, yeah. So I called them.
Damn, you
I
still
went
been.
to the Zuckerberg Hospital. Zuckerberg owns a hospital here, apparently.
Oh
So
wow! Shout out to him, man.
yeah.
Shout out.
That's crazy. You've still been active the
Oh
past couple.
yeah, yeah. Just my elbow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm grateful. It's just my elbow, and even like I can still move my hand, um, my face. Everything is good. My legs. So yeah. And I have a cast and some pain meds. So it hasn't really changed much as far as me being active.
Well, that's good to hear, and
How
I'm
long
glad.
is the recovery?
Um, it's an interval, so it's 2 weeks and then 6 weeks. 2 weeks is I guess is for the stitches to heal, and then
Mm-hmm.
6 weeks in overall for my arm to heal.
Yeah,
Oh,
but Pooja, you had a
wow.
sprain like
Sorry that
that.
happened. Huh?
You had some type of sprain or broken bone at some point, right?
I went snowboarding to the indoor snowboarding place and I fell on my ass and I hit my tailbone so hard. That was like the worst pain ever. But other than that, not really, thank God. I haven't broken anything.
Close enough. Well,
Yeah.
Mike, I hope you heal quick, and it's nice to have you on this early in the morning.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome to the first episode of Legion Extreme Sports, everybody.
There you go.
Bring your battle wounds next week.
Sometimes you got to vent about AI. Sometimes you break some bones, and you just got to talk to people about it. So, therapy
You
session
just
or
gotta shake it off.
it's all here.
Nice, nice.
Okay, so this is the third of these Atlas exchange of ideas sessions that we've been doing this month. Um, I always give a short introduction of who I am, what Build City is, and why we have these weekly virtual sessions. I'm Tony. I'm an electrical engineer by trade, and we put together Build City a couple years back. And along the way, we've done boot camps, workshops, everything in between to really try to empower people and give opportunities across the board in terms of creating things and building things that are genuine products for problems that people have identified in their respective industries and in their daily lives. Um, Joined with me is Nuv. Nuv and I have kind of been working together for quite some time. And we've done recently a number of virtual and in-person events in New York and obviously globally with these virtual sessions. And we're partnered with Near and Near Legion. So Near Legion has this aspiration to create these localized nodes across the world, and have them connect in terms of ideas. This is called the exchange of ideas. So we're developing methods of how to create things effectively, how to empower builders, and how to exchange ideas that work in certain places, while also still maintaining the kind of cultural distinction that each place has. Um, and we're thinking of new ways to do things every single week, right? So last week we spent the time just setting our local machine up and showing it to people to give them a sense of how to run Ironclaw and how to run on near cloud in an easy way. We shared a Notion document in our chats, and towards the end of this, I'll probably share it in this chat for anyone who's listening. But it was really smooth. We were able to speak to Ironclaw locally, checked out the terminal UI, super easy, super fun, and I've learned that it's pretty cost effective. So another benefit of using it locally. And building off of that, today we have Pooja. Pooja's a mortgage broker. Hope I'm getting that title right. And I've known her for a long time, like maybe 15 years or so. And she does excellent work within her respective domain, within her industry. She's one of the best salespeople I've met. So she's grown her network. Obviously her field needs that huge network, and she's done an effective job at maintaining and growing it. And her main goals are really to make sure that she helps people out, gives them the support and tools they need for their home ownership journey, while also showing her interest in AI and these new tools. She has some great ideas. She has successes and challenges that she's seen in her industry. And this conversation is going to be casual, but it's still going to have some type of call to action towards the end of it. So we'll start with just like a casual conversation. Pooja, maybe you can explain what you do in your industry. What are some successes that you've seen, and maybe some challenges that you think that could potentially be addressed by building new tools within and around the new set of AI tools that we have. And then towards the end, we'll take whatever notes that we get from this conversation, feed it to Ironclaw, and put together a plan of action of how to actually build out something effectively across these sessions and in between. So Pooja, if you're ready, you can just start, just share a bit, give a bit of an intro about yourself. I explained a bit of it, but if you want to go into a bit of detail, you're free to start.
Thank you so much for that intro. Guys, he's never said all these nice things to me. So, but thank you. So yeah, I'm a mortgage broker. Most of the time, the hardest part is generating leads. Right now, I've been using a lot of my circle of sphere of influence and social media and stuff like that. But I would like to use AI to build something, or help you guys can help me maybe build something that will generate leads, qualify the leads to make sure that the person that is filling out the form or clicking on, you know, whatever we generate, however we get this lead, that we can qualify it to make sure that they have money to put for down payment, they have income to qualify, or just like, well, we can have like a form, because there's different types of loans. There's different types of loans that people can qualify for. So depending if they're buying a primary house or an investment property, there's different types of loans, and we would qualify them accordingly. That way, before I talk to them, I can save some time, because the worst thing is spending 30-40 minutes with somebody and then realize that they don't have money or they don't have the income, and you just can't help them right now. So qualifying a lead, generating the lead, and then maybe like a follow-up kind of tool where it automatically sends people follow-ups, and we can import contacts or import people into that system to have them send out like mass texts and emails at your leisure. That would be nice. And then even if it can collect documents, that would be great too, because that's another struggle is getting all the documents from somebody.
Okay.
So far that's what I have. Yep.
Okay, so basically, like some of the key points would be like qualifying the lead, right? So, uh, you'd want, just speaking out loud, you would want something like some type of, let's say, interface that is easy to access from the customer point of view, the potential customer point of view,
Hmm.
um, and then they would uh, interact with that interface and provide like certain details that make it clear of whether or not they have the income required for whatever properties they're looking at.
Hmm.
Um, and then if they pass that check, do they do they you kind of see them as like they've passed the first check, so they're a potential customer that would work for like your workflow, right? Like maybe they might actually qualify for a mortgage. Like that's the idea here, right?
Yeah. Because a lot of times we'll talk to somebody and they're like, yeah, I don't have money for down payment, or they don't have, whatever, one part. There's three parts that go into it. It's income, assets, and credit. That's what we look at. So maybe it could be like a three-part, questionnaire kind of thing. What's your income? How much do you have in assets, and what your credit score looks like, and what debts they might have. Because the biggest thing in qualifying someone is their debt to income ratio.
I see. That's income ratio. So you'll have people who come to you looking for mortgages, and then they're like, "We don't have money,"
Yeah.
and they're just hoping that like you figure something out for them, I guess.
Yeah. So one time I did this like AI ad thing with Meta,
Mhm.
where they were blasting out this videos that I made about like, qualify. Basically, I made videos like per loan program, and whoever it resonated with, they would click on it. It wasn't really any qualifying thing, but I would just get the lead and I would call them. And a lot of times I would spend so much time with them to understand, because you have to pull out all of these details from everybody, right? Like how much they make and how much they have. And by the time I pulled it out, sometimes people would be like, yeah, my credit is 400, or one of the three would always be messed up. So then it was such a waste of time and really annoying.
Mhm.
But
So
yeah, that
these,
would be great.
so you said one of the three being, and we have a couple of questions. I'll let them speak in a minute. But so you said the three things are the income, assets, and credit for this, right? Like that is the basis. If they can prove all three of those, or if they can provide information on all three of those, then um, that's the baseline of whether or not you'd say this person qualifies or not, right?
Yeah. Income, assets, credit. And in the credit, I want to know if they have any other debts. But yeah.
Okay. All right. I have a couple of other um, questions. I don't want to stray too far, but I saw Nub asked a question. Yeah, there's like
The
three.
current method of generating and qualifying leads I have is generating. I do like social media and word of mouth, and then I'll also call realtors. So I also, this is a good question actually, I call realtors, cold call them, because a big lead generation tool is getting connected with realtors, because they're front line. I'm a mortgage broker, so the person will be looking for a house. You're asking a realtor first, like, hey, I'm looking to buy a house, and then they think of the mortgage broker, even though it should be me first, because we pre-approve them, to see if it's even worth spending time with them. But yeah, so right now I'm just kind of doing it all by hand, kind of like, social media, talking to people, networking, things like that.
And
Um,
is that how most people do it in your field? Most mortgage brokers? Like
yeah,
you're
we usually go get organic relationships. Some people buy leads as well, but again, when you're buying leads, you don't know if it's qualified. You don't know if they're even interested. Sometimes, so
Yeah.
it's just kind of like a risk.
I haven't had any luck with leads, and I think we spent a few $100s in the past trying to get leads.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
We've all done it, you know, and it's
And
just
you get
like, you know,
excited, right? You're like, holy shit, I can reach out to thousands of people, and then nothing comes out of it.
yeah. Well, then maybe that's another thing. Like maybe the AI can also call people. Like if we load it with data for leads, maybe it can call and qualify those leads rather than me doing it. I'm
Mhm.
open to that. But it would be nicer if like, oh yeah, geofencing. So I was thinking, because I was talking to another AI marketing guy about this, but he sounds like a scammer. But basically he was talking about geofencing, which is like basically if you look up like near you, like best pizzeria, best plumber, like a certain person comes up because they have geofenced that area where their name comes up in that area for those keywords.
Yeah. I
So I
mean,
would like that to happen.
okay, that's interesting. I guess like that would create some competition, right? Because like if there's multiple people within an area that wants to be the first person who's recommended, then the bottleneck might be, hey, like if you want to be the first person, then you either pay for that first person position or you pay for like a very small area. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Nuv has some comments. Nuv, did she answer your question? Is
Yeah,
there?
yeah, no, absolutely. I think thank you for sharing that, Pooja. And I think this is the problem where you share two things, right? That I think a lot of marketing at this point of time happen through ads, and for the small and medium businesses, what we have seen is to spend that much money for the ads. It takes too much of time to have that ROI, right?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, I have some ideas. Probably in the next few session, probably I'm gonna build something for you. I
Oh,
have
that's so fun.
Yeah. So we'll share something that can help basically what you said. Two things. One is that generating lead, qualifying lead, and also like have uh, on behalf of you, if we have qualifying lead, then voice agent can call them, and then we can have the summary and the summarization for that call transcripts. So we'll have
Yeah.
something in next few sessions.
And then if it could like make an appointment to talk to me.
Make an appointment.
Yeah, I have something right right now as a concierge, voice concierge, but that caters to healthcare industry. So I was working with some healthcare professionals. So they gave me the similar problem, right? That how we can somebody who's struggling with some of their health challenge, then how at first stage if I can help them to answer something, then first step, if still they want to have an appointment with healthcare professional, then it can check the calendar and then it can directly book the appointment.
Mm-hmm.
So something like that I have in mind, which probably offline we can chat and we'll be able to figure out something on this.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
cool. Well, I'm glad I came. That's awesome.
yeah, Nuv is a master at having tools under his belt. He's been doing this for some time, and he's a he's a computer engineer by trade, right? So he naturally is able to see a problem and start tracking a path and seeing tools that have been built for other things and potentially seeing how it could work for whatever problems that come up. Um, there was a couple of other things that I wanted to bring up. But before I do, Mike, is there anything you want to share? Anything you want to ask?
No, I mean, this is a great conversation. I am looking to launch these myself in the next 2 weeks with a community I have on Discord. So I'm just like studying and observing. And I was just thinking of like the question I asked of having like an AI agent present during these calls that can like live build. Wow, like so because she was very descriptive and specific about what she was looking for. So I'm like, hey, if an AI agent was to hear this, it can build her a proof of concept
Mhm.
within a few minutes as
Well,
well. So this is a thought that came to my mind as I was listening to you guys talk.
yeah, that is interesting. Um, we're going to be manually doing that with with Ironclaw in this session, but it could be interesting to have maybe like a phase one of it where you have some type of like AI agent that's a part of this chat that just listens and records like what Pooja is saying and structures it in a way that can feed an LLM and get an initial path of how to build something, or at least a way of how to think of the problem, right?
Right.
Yeah. Like one thing I want to do is like it's good to have the feeling of like we can build something like, oh, we're all capable and we have the right tools to do it. And definitely you know, I'm a big proponent of like from 0 to 1, like vibe code from 0 to 1, right? Get the MVP out there and get feedback, right? But maybe before even that, like we can use these tools to digest like the problem fully, know the right questions to ask, and create a path of how to build the product, right? And then you can have the phase one of showing what that initial thing looks like. And Pooja's the first user, right? She's the first customer. She's gonna say this sucks or this is good, and then we can move on and show it to other people as well, and see if this gains any traction, right? See if it's solving the problem that she brings up. Um, so one question I had right before we start interacting with the agent. So what is the like when does the user I don't know if I should use that word, right? Like I haven't tried to buy a house, right? At least not on my own. If I was gonna go buy a house, right, would I come to you first, or is it that I go to a real estate broker, a real estate agent, and they say, go to Pooja, or you need a mortgage broker, and then I'm gonna either search for one, or I'm gonna come to you directly because you've been recommended because of word of mouth. Like, what's the thing? Like, what's the
It
first thing
depends.
the person does?
Usually, an uneducated buyer mostly would go to the realtor first because people just put the face of real estate agent with buying a house.
Okay,
And then they just assume that the realtor will connect them with everybody. So
okay,
a lot of times they go to the realtor first, but sometimes there are people that know that they need to get pre-approved first, so they go to the mortgage person first. And sometimes they don't even want to use a realtor. Some people like to negotiate themselves because, especially in New York, people have been having luck without using a realtor because then the other agent doesn't have to split their commission. So um, they
agreed.
appreciate not having a buyer's agent.
Sorry, what was
Sometimes.
the third thing? What was the third
Uh,
thing?
the third thing was sometimes they just go straight to the mortgage person because they know they have to get pre-approved because they're more knowledgeable.
No, you said that people will do it themselves, right?
Yeah, sometimes people don't, not mortgage, they can't do themselves, but for the realtor part of it, some
Mhm.
people will negotiate themselves because that's like a realtor's job is to find the house and negotiate terms.
Mm.
And basically some people think that they can just get the pre-approval with me and then go ahead and negotiate themselves. And some people are successful, some are not.
So, okay. So right now, like, I guess you would say that the majority of people would go to the realtor first, right?
Yeah.
So majority of the people, maybe like 80% might go to the realtor unless they've done this before, or they're like really keen on doing their research.
I would say like 60%.
60% of people go to the realtor. So
Yeah.
one of the kind of edges we can have with this is that we say that uh, the initial interaction with the real estate market shouldn't be the realtor. It should be the mortgage broker, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that should be the first place that people go to. And I think we can build around that idea of like shifting the market away from having people run into realtors first, but
Mm-hmm.
instead having some type of like tool or pathway towards the mortgage broker, right?
And maybe in the tool that they're accessing, it can give them like a little estimate tool. Like when I was playing around with V0 when you showed me,
Mm.
the first thing it did was make like a mortgage calculator on that page. So I think that gives people like some value that makes them want to trust too. Like they have something of value to gain without talking to you first.
Hmm. Okay.
And then it's not only buying a house, guys, by the way, it can also be refinancing, which is if somebody has a high rate already on their mortgage, like a lot of older people, maybe they didn't refinance or whatever, they have a higher rate on their mortgage, they can qualify to get a lower rate now and maybe save money, maybe get some cash out because they have equity.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting. And
So
you
there's like this website also, sorry Tony, there's this website like Property Radar, for example, that you can pay for or I can pay for, and it can load the data into this AI, I guess, that tells like you can circle a certain radius and it'll tell you those people's like mortgage information, like what their rate is when they moved in, things like that.
Oh wow, I didn't know that was public. Interesting.
Yeah.
So people's mortgage rates, like the rates that, for example, we got for this house, is like 4.25. So people can see that. That's public record.
I don't know if it's public record, you have to pay for it, but there's this website called Property Radar, which my
It's
manager has been using to
yeah,
load into. He actually has another AI thing. He's paying like 1,000 a month for it, which is excessive.
1,000 a month. Interesting. Okay. So that, I mean, that gives us like a
Incentive.
well, not even incentive, right? That's like, okay, that's the standard that people might pay for something like this. And you said that's the Property Radar kind of tool, right?
Yeah, so
Like,
Property Radar, you have to pay 100 a month,
okay.
120 a month, something like that. But then the AI tool that he loads it into to kind of like tell exactly what the name, maybe it doesn't tell you like their name and stuff like that. Maybe it just tells you some information. Then he
Mhm.
pulls more information from this different AI thing that also it makes like a lead database kind of thing where you can easily dial out from too.
I see.
So he has that kind of thing. I forgot what it was called, but it is expensive. I don't think most LOs will pay 1,000 for it. I think
Yeah.
maybe it would be like a under $500 thing. It would be more,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, you know,
Yeah.
like for me, I wouldn't pay 1,000 for what he's doing.
Yeah. Is he, I mean, does it work for him? Is he getting,
It hasn't been working for him, no, but he did pay for it for the first month. So like whatever they had to market it worked for him, but he's
okay.
just trying to find the best lead tool, like to generate leads right now too.
Okay. Yeah. So there's
But
two
yeah, people
parts.
are willing to pay. Like if it's something that you can show that it's you working, that's the hard part is getting someone to trust you. But if you
Yeah.
can show that it's working, people will pay a lot of money for it because even one deal you'll make that 1,000 back.
Yeah. I mean, this could potentially be a two-part thing, right? Because there could be two kind of interfaces that um, are unique based on who's using it, right? The first one is in the back, like it's catered to you, right? To the mortgage broker of putting together these leads, putting together people that um, wouldn't waste your time, that have been verified, and then collecting all their details as well, like the documents and all of that. So that streamlines the process. Like that, the main thing is that you want to save time, right? Like that's
Hmm.
the problem in this entirety is that you're wasting your time, right? That's
Hmm.
number one. And then the second thing is that it could potentially increase the amount of money that you make, right? That's so those are the two outcomes from this. And then I'm thinking of like myself, right? If I were to want to go to a broker, right, a mortgage broker, or even start my journey in real estate, right? My uneducated self would go to a real estate. I would see those signs on the property and say, hey, like let me call them, right? Let me
Hmm.
call this person that I've never met, but hopefully they're cool. And then they would probably route me wherever they think is fit, right? Maybe they route me to their cousin. I don't know, right? And that could be okay. That might be biased, but alternatively, you can have the same kind of product that helps you but also helps me, right? So it's like we have all these mortgage brokers that have done XYZ mortgages, and I'm guessing that some mortgage brokers are better than others, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like some people are able to help the customer get better rates,
And
see
just
their
explain the
assets.
process better, make them more comfortable with the process, things like
Maybe
that.
you give suggestions on how to reorganize assets, right? Like that might be a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's another thing, right? So me as a person who might be worried about
Wait, I
this
can't
entire.
hear you. Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Why?
Nov, can you hear me? Ryan, can you hear me?
Wait, talk
Yeah,
again.
I can hear everybody.
Ryan, your mic is messed up.
I hear like a robot.
Yeah, he's the AI agent recording everything.
Yeah,
I can hear everyone just fine. I don't have any
Okay,
audio
I'm
issues.
good now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I live in Glen Cove. It sucks.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So, Nov just
Is
shared
Tony
something.
talking?
I'm talking. Yeah, can you hear me?
I don't hear Tony.
I can hear you, Tony. I can hear everyone.
All right, she's gonna rejoin.
Yeah, I shared one doc, Tony. I think you can. So this is more of a scope kind of what she shared. Just maybe when you get a chance, we can just show and see that this is what she would like.
Sure. Oh, this is great.
Yeah, having so with the scope, we can identify that this is what.
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, Pooja, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can hear
Oh,
you.
cool.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, Nov just shared a scope based off of what you explained. But right before we go there, I just wanted to just talk this out a bit from my angle. So like I wouldn't know the real estate process. I would go to
Mhm.
these. I would look at the signs you have in front of houses and reach out to the realtor, right? Until
Mhm.
you explained this to me, I didn't even know that, right? So I would want to use that tool to find like the ideal mortgage broker. Start at a place where I know is the actual place you should
Wait, I
start.
can't hear you again, man. Every time someone leaves or something, that's when it messes up.
All right, nobody leave.
Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Let me exit and enter. I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay. You know what? I might just show the doc instead.
No. I think continue. I
Yeah, I
think I
can hear
like
you again.
your thought. I like your thought that where you're going because this is interesting to understand that where is the first touch point for people like me, right? That people like that we are not even aware of. So this is good. I think just
Yeah,
simple.
I think I'm not gonna speak for everybody on the chat, but like I've never even I really don't know what mortgage broker even was, right? Like I knew that you could go to Chase and talk to somebody. Are they
Mm-hmm.
mortgage brokers? The ones that are at
Their
the desk?
mortgage. So the difference between me and Chase and other like Rocket Mortgage, Loan Depot, there's retail banks and then there's wholesale lenders. So I work with wholesale lenders. So typically I can make different types of loans work. Like before I used to work at a retail lender, something similar to Chase, where people come to me and, I have one bank with one set of products and I can only pick from those products to help this person. If none of those products fit this person, then I can't help them, right? And those rates would also be higher because it's retail, right? So it's like private money, whatever. Now that I'm with wholesale, we can get the lower rates, and we have a wide pool of lenders to choose from that have different like rules and criterias. So I can help somebody that's self-employed but doesn't show income on their tax returns with like bank statement program or a no income loan, or I can help someone, get an adjustable rate mortgage because the rate needs to be lower. So those rates are typically a little lower, like in the fives, where it's not available for a fixed rate.
Yeah, so the mortgage broker should be the first stop. Like it's becoming clear to me that that's what makes sense, right?
Yeah, but highlighting that to the viewers too would be good. Like that,
Would be
you know, rather than going to Chase, here's the benefits of working with a broker.
Yeah, here, rather than going to the real stage and first or Chase, go to the broker, and then we highlight the best brokers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the best brokers are highlighted. That's good for the user, and then it's good from the back end side of things as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what's funny?
I'll
I
try
know.
to.
Sorry, Nav.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. I was saying that for something to wrap.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So I know Rhyme, you're just messing around, but he does bring up a good point, right? Like,
There's no joke in that tweet.
okay, so the crypto market, yeah, Mike, it's only myself and Rhyme right now. So the crypto market, basically, a lot of people in crypto have money in crypto, and a lot of them like to keep a significant amount of their net worth in crypto, right? Especially the diehards might put 90% of their net worth there. People who've been in the game for a long time have their net worth in crypto. I'm not sure if that's something you've touched on, but it's probably something that a mortgage broker can figure out, right? Like maybe they might suggest that you move your assets somewhere else into something else that's more transparent, or maybe there's like some maneuverability that you could do to show that this person has crypto assets, right?
Yeah, they have those type of programs now where we like if a lot of assets in crypto, you can use that for like down payment and stuff. We had
Wow.
one guy so far buy a house in crypto.
Was it Bitcoin?
I don't remember.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, that's like a somewhat untapped market, right? Like you have a lot of crypto people who don't know what to do with their money,
Yeah, that's fire actually.
and
And
you
they
have a lot.
actually have money.
Yeah, and they can't. A lot of them don't know how to use it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you got to get unique with. You got to move it into cash, and then you have to pay transaction fees, right? And you also have to pay fees to the government every time you move from cash to crypto to cash, right? If you're doing it in a transparent way, right?
Yeah,
It feels-
sometimes you have trouble sourcing it. So that's why we can use the crypto account actually without sometimes there's a different program. I'll find out more information for next time on that program, how it works. But there is a program specifically for crypto users to be able to use their money.
Okay, interesting.
And if they're
Right.
doing 20% down, a lot of times we can do a no income loan. So like let's say they are only showing income on crypto and not really making real money, but just like on this crypto platform, not paying taxes on it, we can do a no income loan as long as they're putting 20 to 25% down.
Yeah, that would excite a lot of people. Just that information.
we are so up.
Ryan,
Yeah.
if you want to say, if you want to, you were saying something earlier.
Oh, I'm just I feel very seen right now. People don't understand the problem of not knowing how to spend your money. Like it is a real problem.
It's a problem. It's a real problem. Like a lot of crypto people will get gift cards, will be finding an ATM where you can move it into cash. Not well, some crypto people. I'm not saying myself. I don't do that, but people try to do things to try to get into cash, right? And sometimes you don't always want to do that, right? There's so much like extra stuff that you can get into when you're moving it on like a public platform like Cash App, for example. We'll send it to the IRS, right? And you might get a bill like 3 years down where it's like, oh, like you made $50,000 of transactions this year, and this is your tax, and then you have to pay. Everyone should pay their taxes. Right? I'm not saying people shouldn't. I'm not giving any advice on that end. But some crypto people have a different train of thought, and it's nice to have this option available for them, right? Real estate's a big.
It's a full market.
Yeah, real estate's a big transaction, so to have like a flow built out for them would be nice. Okay.
And to know that the bank will accept your money too. Like some banks won't. Some banks will say no, we don't accept crypto, and that's not a good source or whatever. But yeah.
Okay. Well, to to have that streamlined for people to know which banks would be helpful. Okay, so
Well, that's what
no,
the broker does for you, so you don't have to worry about it.
yeah, the broker's like a therapist almost, right? Like
Oh yeah,
a life coach for people.
honestly, true. Literally.
Um, so Nuv shared a document. He took some notes. I'm gonna just show it. Uh,
Just quickly, one question, Pooja. What was that website? Property Radar.
Yeah, property radar.
Okay, good. Thank you.
share screen. Oh, okay. Nuv, you wanna go through it?
I think you just explain it. You can just share and then let Pooja see it.
Okay.
It
So
it covers
he looks like
all aspects of it.
Oh, nice.
I didn't catch who was speaking.
No, I was saying that it covers almost all aspects of it. If she wants to add anything on this,
Yeah, I'm reading it. Let's see. Yeah, source leads hot, warm, cold. That's really good. Yeah. That's what the AI that my friend pays $1,000 for does. But it was wrong. He said like everything, all the hot leads, they were like
where
going to
is the
like Medicare
first?
centers.
Can you show the first one, Tony? The first point. What was the first point?
Ask pre-qual.
Like scroll
Oh,
up to the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
see.
My potential buyers for different channels, energy information. Yeah. And even like putting us in the faces of realtors, that's good too. Like that, we can partner up with realtors more somehow. That would be cool.
Partner up with.
Um,
Let's-
create update contacts, log calls and emails, update pipeline stages, schedule follow-ups, remove duplicate contacts. If it could also call like, people, let's say if someone didn't answer and like automatically send them texts, like I can pick from default text messages that I can send them, or maybe it sends it themselves like to the person if they didn't answer. Like that's
Okay.
also like when we call people, and then we have to like type out the text every time. That's like a little bit of time that it takes. So like if the AI could automatically do that, that'd be cool. Um, and then call email. And then maybe even if like after like we're in the system, if it's their birthday, it sends them like a birthday message, just something like to make it more personable.
Okay. That would still be in like the CRM aspect of things, right?
Yes. Yes. I think that's part of the reminders. Not on the reminders. No. No. Not on this. In the CRM management. Yeah, you can put it. I'll see where it fits well. You can just put in here.
Oh yeah, organize the files would be cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Could you go down? You added some stuff that I didn't even say. That's really useful too. Like in the document collection one. Organizing them and stuff. That's awesome. That's another time wastage thing. Like we spend time once we get the documents, now we have to organize them. Especially some people send them so chopped, like pages rather than a full PDF. Like sometimes they'll send like pictures and the pictures like cut off and stuff. We need to make sure that that's not okay. Like that's not acceptable.
Mm. Reject. Reject. Unacceptable.
Emails, follow-up, question and objections. To the to the number 7, the third bullet, if you could add the bank statement loan and the investment property DSCR loan. DSCR, which is like debt service coverage ratio when you're buying an investment property. As long as the rent covers the mortgage payment, you're good to go. So there's no income required really.
You were saying debt. What was it? DSER.
Um, yeah, and maybe in the reporting, maybe it could like have a calendar view for you, like it sets up like appointments for you. So like here today, you have to call these people that you have set up, and these people actually want to talk to me, and they're qualified. So like the end goal would be getting my calendar booked so that I just have to go in and make these calls, or they're calling me maybe. If they call me, it would be better. If like the AI agent could connect me, like that way I know once I'm on the phone that there's gonna be a person there. I'm not wasting time calling, seeing if they answer, this and that. Like by the time the AI agent connects me on a time that I'm available, this person's already had their documents and they're qualified a little bit and they're ready to talk to me. They don't have to genuinely just have their documents though. I don't need that to be like a requirement because some people won't feel comfortable to give their documents until they talk to somebody, which is fine.
Okay. Pooja, can you hear me by the
You
way?
guys are great. Thank you so much. This is really exciting.
Yeah, I can hear Pooja, I can hear Tony.
Are you talking, Tony?
Pooja, can you hear me?
I guess not. Okay, let me get out of here and come
Tony,
back
can you hear
in.
me?
Sorry.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I think there's a.
I can hear everybody.
Her Wi-Fi isn't too great in her apartment.
Yeah, this is interesting that the pain point that industry has, right? So this is very
Yeah.
Okay, Tony, it's cool.
Can you hear me, Pooja?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I took a couple of I added some comments over here. Did you say DSER loan?
DSC like Charlie R.
Okay. Can I edit this? Okay. So this is all great. I think one thing is that when you're starting from the rip, starting from the beginning, it's probably valuable to find like what's the first feature that this thing can have that has the most desired outcome, right? That contributes most to the desired outcome. So it should probably be something that's relatively simple to put together. Something that you have the sense that it could provide the value that we need. Maybe that value is like additional time or time saved or money saved. And something that
And
can
just
be,
easier, like convenience, like having appointments booked and being able to, rather than going out there and making outbound calls, now I already have calls scheduled for people that are interested.
yeah,
And that was another thing I think we forgot to add the geofencing part, or like basically in the lead generation part of it. We have to be able to select certain areas because I don't want to be in like an area where the home values are only like 200,000 or 300,000. Like I want to be in Long Island or New York or Jersey where homes are closer to 1 million or like above 500K, you know?
No brokies. Make no mistakes.
Exactly.
okay. So this is a lot. It probably makes sense to start with the smallest, most impactful thing from this list first, and then showing it to you and showing it to other people and getting that feedback, and then iterating and adding things along the way from this list and anything else that comes up. Um,
Yeah, just one quick thought. So from the, I think Tony, you brought up a very good point that this is how everybody that whoever develops the software, right? That they don't build entire piece of software in one go. It is like based on the feature to feature. And
Mm-hmm.
then once one feature is then we say, okay, this is what we have built, this is your feedback, and we take the feedback and then we'll try to iterate it over the period of time to make that feature fully workable based on the expectation that you have. Then we will see that, okay, now this feature is established, then we will go to the next feature. So just for based on my understanding, the lead generation and the lead qualification, if we just work on these two aspects of it for now and make it basically the way that will add value to you. Is this what you say that would be useful at this point of time?
Yeah,
In
and me and one of my friends who work with me, we can be like the people that try it for the first couple of times and give you feedback. And then eventually, I would like to have my manager also on the call so that he can give his feedback because he sees more files than me. So maybe he has more things that he wants to add to it. But first, I'd like you to make, your baseline and stuff, not like throw so much at you guys. But I'm sure he's someone that would be interested to implement this with his team, and have like maybe 20 people using this at least.
Perfect.
okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
What do you? That's definitely a great point, Nav. So you think that the biggest central pain point to this, the first thing that could be kind of solved is whatever is the lowest lift thing to bring like the appropriate leads to the forefront, right? Basically to
Mm-hmm.
get leads first, right? So you wouldn't say like, for example, document organization would be something that you guys would appreciate as like the first feature to this thing. That the
Well, you need a lead to get the documents from, So yeah, the first thing would be generating the leads, good or bad.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So start from obviously the main thing that's going to bring everything else into fruition. Makes
Yeah, like
sense.
the marketing tool to kind of be in front of people that, and like they do this thing, there's a lot of AI tools that people have created already. They're not that the best, but their goal is to like integrate them. Like there's some AIs can read, for example, people who have different language keyboards. So like there was this Arab kind of Middle Eastern agent that I was talking to, and she was using some AI thing that would go into people's like keyboard. If they had like a Farsi keyboard, then they would get the ad that she was giving out because she was trying to aim for people that spoke that language, try to make that
It's,
her niche. Like if we can find that, if the AI could go into people's phones to know if they're spending a lot, if their house has equity, and if they like, because not every home buyer is a first time home buyer. Some people are using the equity in their house that they own already to get money and buy another property and buy investment, grow their portfolio. So
yeah,
like if the AI read people's like habits and kind of figure out who would be a good buyer, that's something that's cool.
yeah. Basically looking at publicly
I don't know how
available.
that works.
Yeah. Can you hear me, Pooja?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, basically looking at what publicly available data there is, right? Not necessarily that we would actually go into a person's phone, but understanding that this person is from a specific region or has the specific qualities based off of their
hmm
habits.
Yeah. Their algorithms in their phone. Yeah.
Um, okay, so
Yeah, I
um,
think just one point before we go. I think we can share this talk with you, Pooja, and as you get these ideas or
Wait, is
any.
Nev talking?
he's talking.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me just get out and come back. I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is happening.
It's okay.
Yeah, what I was sharing is that if you can share this talk and she can keep editing whatever she needs, that will be like central repository for us.
Yeah, I can't hear no one besides you two either. It's only you and I forget how to pronounce her name.
Uh,
Hawk.
Mike, you can hear me?
I can hear you and I could
All
hear
right, we're
her.
back.
I can't hear no one else.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So one thing I was gonna propose to everybody in the chat, right, is before we conclude this, I mean, we got a lot of great information, super helpful. But that we basically want to take this document that Nav put together, and feed it to ChatGPT with a bit more additional context, and basically ask it to put it into a prompt that we can feed to Ironclaw, and then see what Ironclaw comes up with, like what the steps would be to potentially create something, right? What do you think? What do you think, Ryman, about that?
Yeah, I think that's interesting. Let's see hands-on.
Okay. Ryan, that sounds good.
Sorry, I can never find my unmute mic. Yes, sounds like a dope idea.
Okay. Just sharing my screen right now. Okay. All right. This is I'm basic. I like to use ChatGPT. I know other people like other things, but I'm basic. So I'm gonna do two things. One thing, I'm gonna feed the document that Nav put together and we added comments to, and then I'm gonna ask it, since my account with ChatGPT is loaded with information about Ironclaw. It has a good sense of where to find the answers necessary, or the links that it needs, the docs that it needs to put together an answer for me. So what I'm going to say is, we are having a discussion with a mortgage broker. She has highlighted some key pain points and necessities that she sees within her industry. We would like to start putting together a method of building a solution for that would help her and others in her industry. We should start with the easiest, most impactful pain point, part of the document. And we had said it was lead generation, right? That's the main thing.
Yeah, generation and qualification.
We've identified it as the generation and qualification of leads. It's put together a prompt I can feed Ironclaw that would give me a method of building. What's a better word for that, for method of building? A plan of action?
You can say implementation plan.
Give me a implementation plan.
Can you hear me, Tony?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying that you can say like implementation plan or something.
Yep, just
okay.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot. It shouldn't be that much. This is too big of a prompt.
Ask that. Okay, give me in brief.
Yeah. Give me a brief prompt that won't spend a high amount of tokens. Man, ChatGPT is tripping. If he thinks I'm gonna spend all these tokens for a prompt. All right, let's stop it. Okay. All right, so it says create a concise implementation plan for an IronClaw power tool that helps mortgage brokers generate and qualify leads. The MVP should import leads from broker-approved sources, enrich contact and business information, draft personalized outreach and follow-ups, ask basic mortgage pre-qualification questions, calculate preliminary DTI and affordability, score leads as hot, warm, cold, or not ready, explain the score and recommend the next action, send a short summary to the mortgage broker for review. What do we think? Pooja, can you hear me?
Oh, she's in the backstage.
Oh, Rhyme, can we add her?
Okay, hey. I like it, but I think the first one saying import leads from a broker approved source, I don't want to import leads. I want it to get the leads for me too. I don't want to import it. I want to be able to import them if I want to, like from my contacts or whatever, but I want it to go out and find me the leads.
Enrich contact with outreach. Well, we're starting with an MVP, so
What's an
So,
MVP?
Pooja, what is the one source of, let's say, website or anything that we can source lead from?
Mm, that's the thing. Like, those lead sources aren't necessarily good, right? So that's why we wanted to create a lead source too. But yeah, like it would be like like from Facebook, I guess you can say, like reading into people's algorithms. You can grab some info maybe and reach out to people on Facebook.
Maybe
There's a lot of
Reddit. Uh, have you used Reddit by any chance?
yeah, I've used Reddit, but it's like Reddit is an interesting world because there's always like people that are just haters, like skeptical, of everything. Most people that are on Reddit are like skeptical people, I feel like.
Yeah, so let's just write, Tony, rather than import, just put the generate leads from the sources, uh, which is, I think, based on the search on the internet. Yeah.
by crawling the internet, right?
Yeah. Generate the leads.
Okay. Generate. By the way, Pooja, MVP is a minimum viable product. So basically, the minimum solution that could potentially that demonstrates that you're trying to solve the problem,
Mm-hmm.
and that a user would be like, okay, like I can see that this is at least trending in the direction of solving my problem. So it's not like a
Gotcha.
full fleshed out product, but it demonstrates what you're trying to achieve with it.
Okay.
If it can help, that's a plus one, just off of the first iteration. But
Mm-hmm.
usually it demonstrates that it can it can help, and then you iterate on that until it becomes like a fully fleshed out production ready product. Okay. And then we're going to ask it to provide the simplest MVP workflow, required Ironclaw agents, tools, integrations, a basic lead database structure, lead scoring, and DTI logic, human approval and compliance safeguards, a phased build plan from prototype to working MVP, prioritize low-cost tools, fast implementation, data privacy, and human review. Keep the response under 1,000 words. I'm okay with this. We can change it along the way if needed. Rhyme, Mike.
I think good. Let's just try what it gives, and then this is just to showcase the capability what we can do right away. But more or less that we have the document which we will take it and have the proper design of it, right? The creation is not a big deal at this point of time, but ideation and finding the right way of creation is what we are looking. Currently, we are testing these frameworks that we are working on, so that we will be able to understand the capability of these frameworks as well, what these frameworks can do, and what kind of input that we have to provide to these frameworks. So I think we can go ahead with this for now, and we have entire document to plan out the scope. So we'll take it up in the next iterations.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. All right, I'm gonna share Ironclaw now. If I do this. All right, you guys should see my entire screen now.
We are not able to see it yet.
Oh, Rhyme, can you bring me up? Right, cool, thank you. Okay, so we set this up last week for anybody who isn't aware. We used a Docker image pretty effectively, probably one of the best ways I've seen to get this running. And obviously you have like the more user-friendly website for Ironclaw, but we wanted to see if we could run it locally. And I think that if you're going to build something, it's probably better if you have it running on your machine. So Pooja, this is Ironclaw, right? This is Ironclaw running on my computer. And I can talk to it. I can say hi, and it'll give me a response. It's thinking. So I said hi. He said, "Hey there, I'm Ironclaw, your personal AI assistant." Blah blah blah, and then it talks about what it can do right off the gate. It talks about how it could do routines, it could do tasks, it could remember things across sessions, it can monitor anything periodic. So it's already talking about things that you mentioned, right? Like you'd want calendar updates, you'd want notifications, you'd want it to reach out to you when it finds people who have met the conditions that we want them to meet, right, before reaching out to a broker. And it can even set up routines for you, right? So it's already talking about things it can already do, and then anything it can't do, we can kind of build the skills and tools it needs to do those things. And then you could put it together in a pretty little package, right? On a website or an app or whatever it is that is easiest for people to use. So I copied that prompt that ChatGPT made. I'm gonna feed it to Ironclaw now.
Did you guys make Ironclaw?
No, we didn't make Ironclaw. Ironclaw was made by Near AI. They're the partners that we work with for these sessions. They built the AI tool. They also have like private AI cloud compute. And then they also have a blockchain, so they have a wide net of things that they do. So I'm just gonna feed it that prompt. So it's querying mortgage broker tools, workflow preferences. I'm just gonna let it think and do its thing, and we'll see what it comes up with.
Okay.
I think it's a good rule of thumb to make sure like the prompt is like explains the entirety of what you want to explain, but doesn't like become too word heavy. Like these models cost money, and especially like these days, the tokens have become increasingly expensive. So part of the process of building with these tools now is to make sure that you're able to effectively explain what your idea is without wasting a lot of like money on just the back and forth chatting with these agents. All right, so I put together a response. Put together a lot. Okay. So Ironclaw said, good, clean slate. Here's the plan. All right, Ironclaw mortgage lead tool MVP plan. Simplest.
Oh, your screen stopped sharing. Does everyone else see the screen still?
Oh no. I think that's an issue that we've been having with Rhyme, can you bring me up?
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask.
Thank you. So simplest MVP workflow, cron trigger, lead scraper agent, enrichment agent, scoring agent, broker review agent, summary sent via message. Interesting. And then it also goes to the database after the cron trigger. One shot per run, scrape, enrich, score, summarize, send. No looping or retries in version 1s.
Is this like a code?
It's basically telling you what the flow would look like, right? So basically it would scrape the internet. It would I don't know what it means by enrich. Now, if you have an idea of what that
So enrichment is that finding so scraping is not structured. So enrichment is basically creating the structure out of that scraping.
Got it.
Okay. So basically, by scraping means like you're just going through the internet and finding relevant data, and then enriching, you're structuring the data, and then it's gonna develop a method of scoring the leads, and then it'll summarize the leads that it does score, and then it'll send it to the mortgage broker, right? It might message you. It might use some other type of interface to interact with the mortgage broker. I think this is okay for a version 1. I don't think this is too bad of a flow.
Yeah.
Obviously, we would have to fine tune it to find better data, better people, find a way to interact with people, so that it's not just like going purely off of just data off the internet, because you want to have a one-on-one with the person as well. But as a first kind of version, this might be able to show what we're trying to do, and then we'll build off of there. And then it just goes into like required Ironclaw components. It talks about lead scrapers, the enricher. I love this actually because it goes into a bit of detail of what each is. So mortgage lead scraper.
Can I ask you, would it be too much to ask version 1 to also like reach out to those leads that it finds? Or would that be like for version 2 or something?
Reach out. What is the preferred medium for you?
Reach out means like email, text, and maybe a call.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good call to action after the lead gen, right?
So then if it's gonna do that, then it can also kind of book for me a follow-up time and maybe have it send the link for the docs in the meantime, kind of thing. But if it connects, if the phone call goes through and it connects with them and like it gets them talking, like it asks them, hey, are you ready to talk to Pooja? and they say yes and it calls me, something like that.
Mm.
Okay. So
I don't know if
basically,
that's too much for the first.
yeah, first AI agent will ask maybe one or two qualifying questions, and they say, if you are ready, I can patch a call with Pooja for more information. Right? Then we
Yeah.
will have that they have an intention to talk and open up. Right? This is what you mean, right?
Yeah. And then it can call me directly so that I can answer my call and it connects it to me.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think we I have we have that part in the doc, but let's just be maybe for now we will see
Yeah.
that what Iron Claws Bits creates, and then we'll take that what you're saying and build it that
Sure.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I
I
know.
could
Yeah.
definitely.
This trial and error, like you have to start small and build on top of it. So I understand.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that like along the way, as you add features, it's obviously going to run into challenges. So to kind of like start small and say, okay, like you got the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Now that whole flow works, right? Now you're like, okay,
Okay.
I can add like one more thing to this. And if something needs to be debugged in that one thing, then we can kind of put our full attention towards it.
Gotcha.
But I have some thoughts. We could definitely follow up on the next call. Uh, but yeah, it also kind of explains um, routines. So routines that you can use for this implementation. It talks about tools you can build. This is all within like the Ironclaw ecosystem. Um, and then it also goes through integrations. So
Yeah,
It
lost it.
stopped sharing.
okay. I'm wrapping up anyways. I'll probably just share one last time uh, and then we can wrap up. Um, yeah, just to go through it quickly. It has the required Ironclaw components. It has the lead database structure, right? So like the contact information, email, phone, text, location, city, state, um, estimated revenue, employee count. This is all like the what would go into the database for this, right? The things that we're going to collect,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then you would score based off of a certain DTI formula that we have here, which is the debt to income ratio,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then you'd have the human approval, the compliance safeguards to things. We can look into that a bit more. And then it has a phased build plan. Phase one is the core engine. Phase two is lead generation, outreach drafting, publish and compliance. We'll see if we'll file that. We follow the actual phase part of it. But it is nice that it has like a week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So it kind of lines up with these sessions. But we can decide how that looks like. We might adjust it based off of what we think is possible and what we think is beneficial to solving your problem and solving your industry's problem. Yeah,
This is really exciting.
it's fun,
So
man.
we're
This
gonna do this every Saturday.
we can figure it out. We're running this every Saturday. I don't want to necessarily hold you so that you have to come every Saturday. But we can work towards this, right? Because our goal is not only to build out a product that works for your industry, is to set the standard of what it looks like using these like new tools to build something, right? So
Mhm.
we're trying to understand the process from 0 to 1 and use that as an example. Um,
Gotcha.
Ryan was like, she's looking. The answer she was looking for was yes, yes. we are going to do it on a weekly basis, but we'll talk on what works for your schedule. Um, we'll definitely be
Can we have screen shared one more time, please?
sure. You want me to show Ironclaw?
Yeah, let's just see what it creates.
By what it creates, what do you mean?
So you have not submitted that prompt to the Iron Claw yet, right?
No, we did submit the prompt. The prompt wasn't to actually start building something. It was to outline a plan of action. I
Yeah.
don't
So
think, yeah,
go ahead.
I don't think it I don't think we should necessarily ask it to build something out at this stage. We might need to like fine tune it a bit more so that it understands what to go for first, right? Like if it's pointing out all these routines and tools, I have a sense that it's going to start asking a whole bunch of permissions. It's going to start running through a whole bunch of tokens. It's going to try to build multiple things or pull tools from multiple places, set up multiple routines. From my experience, it probably makes sense to look at this again throughout the week and see like what's the first few things that we can work on.
Yeah, I think that's maybe like copy this so that we will have it in some document, a plan of action in the document.
Sure.
So that we will take it and review it later on at what it creates.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, and we can decide like what makes sense for us.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all from my end. Does anyone have any questions? Mike, Rhyme, Desi, Fire. If anyone has any questions, you're free to ask. Or any comments.
Any comments, and if you just want to say hi, Desi, Fire. I think we haven't get a chance to interact with you guys. Maybe in the comments, where you logging from.
Yeah, we had a lot of comments this time around.
Yeah, the on stage AMAs often are tough to come by from my experiences doing the streams or the spaces, but always appreciative to have the passive audience. I know that I like to lurk more than I like to engage on things like these if I'm not running them. So I totally understand in the chat. So appreciate everyone coming out. This was a lot of fun. This was really good. And I think that there is a lot of framework and insights and ideas that really make a lot of sense and take us out of our little tech bubble and put us into the real world that make these things a whole lot more, I guess, real. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. But yeah, we can go ahead and shut it down, connect with everyone here. Obviously, we've got a whole bunch of channels going on between the several of us here, but yeah, we can get to those and start looking at what next week and just kind of what the general build out or direction is going to be with this, because I think there's a lot here.
Yeah, and I'll send my contact info just briefly if anyone ever does want to get that crypto loan. Let me know.
Yeah, we might have to talk. I don't know what your licenses are in Tennessee, but
All states.
All states. Good to know. Good to
Yes,
know.
sir.
We might have a conversation.
Awesome. I was really happy to do this with you guys, and I learned a lot about building AI too, like from you, how you're really taking it step by step and not just rushing to the end product, which is really cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what we come up with, and then I will be happy to share it with a lot of people that I know will be happy to pay for it too. So it definitely will give you a good return, I believe.
Amazing.
Yeah, we'll share the document with you, Pooja. So feel free to add your comments, whatever you feel like that. Oh, this is. I think you shared a lot, and some of them that very new information to me, and I think Tony and everyone. We have not looked this industry from the business point of view, so would be happy to see that your ideas as whenever it comes, you get a chance, just update that doc, and we'll take it a step by step that how we can start with one feature and keep adding another one for you guys.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, this was fantastic. We'll continue to work on the docs, continue to work on Ironclaw's output throughout the week, and we'll have another one of these next Saturday. Thank you, Pooja, and thank you everyone else that joined. The comments.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Have a great Saturday.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your Saturday.
Enjoy the weekend, everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Desi. Thanks for joining.